JJCC's Prince, Meg, and Eddie in the studio. Hello, boys.
Ooh, yeah.
Who's that?
Hey, yo.
Peter and Pretty Macimida. What's up, guys?
Merry Christmas Eve.
Yes, Merry Christmas Eve. Merry, Merry Christmas, lonely, lonely Christmas.
Lonely, lonely Christmas. Okay.
Busy, busy Christmas.
Well, busy is good.
Yes, busy is better than not busy, I guess.
I guess. Busy and lonely. Lonely being busy.
It's better than being lonely and not busy, I'd have to say. Both of you got haircuts.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
Finally.
I could finally afford one. But I'm kind of covering it up. I'll show you later.
That is very cute, though. You look younger,
Thank you.
Prince.
Yes.
You look
but
a lot younger.
I'm getting older. Just
Yes,
so you
there's
know.
a new year. There's a new year.
2015, so you're going to get old.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it is coming to that.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about the new year quite yet.
Okay, yes,
Well, it is Christmas Eve. Now, I want to ask you guys a little bit about Christmas before we start getting into our ultimate vote.
Okay.
Most memorable Christmas, whether because it was good or bad. Most memorable Christmas.
Well, my most memorable Christmas was probably when I was in the army.
Oh.
Yeah, it was very how do I explain?
Lonely.
Very lonely.
You got so many, what do you call them? Troops? Or what do you call them? The people that you train with?
Oh, but actually, what I remember is because I was still a trainee at that time, and then we didn't go to our base yet, and it's all just like
So it was your first month there.
yeah, first month there, and we're all.
Well, you
tired.
had really cold weather.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That's like the worst.
The worst. But actually, what I remember is how do you say the Chogyo who was in charge of us.
He's your trainer.
Yeah,
Like, he's a trainer.
Yeah.
Trainers, yeah. He was like, alright, since it's Christmas, I'll let you guys watch something. Don't tell anyone. He turned on the TV and it was 소녀시대 saying G. G.
Merry Christmas.
Very Merry Christmas there.
Very merry. We're like, wow! And that's when I became a fan of 소녀시대. But yes, I still, it was fun though. Yeah, I guess.
Very sad. Bittersweet Christmas.
Yeah, yes.
Bittersweet Christmas. Okay, Prince, what about you?
I spent a Christmas with a broken leg before. That was quite memorable. All I did was stay at home, play games.
Why did you break your leg?
I was dancing.
What were you doing?
Wait, how
That was
do
a
you
while ago.
break
That
your
was a while
leg
ago.
dancing though? Unless
Yeah,
you're like b-boying.
I was doing a backflip,
Ooh.
and I landed on the side of my foot. And
Oh.
I spent that Christmas. I did wear a Christmas hat, but I was sitting in bed. There's actually photos of it as well. If you look hard enough, you might find them.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think that was worse than mine.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but I think yours must be pretty bad too.
He
So,
was in
yeah.
physical pain.
Yes.
You're emotional pain.
All kinds
Yeah.
of pain. All
I didn't
kinds of
see my
pain.
family that year as well.
Oh.
It was just me and my computer at Christmas.
Oh. On the 31st, I hear that you guys have a performance.
Do we?
Do we?
Yes,
I think
we
we
do. Actually,
Okay.
we have.
Now we do?
Yes,
Now
we have actually a performance tomorrow too
Ooh.
on Christmas. So if you guys want to see us, come to. Can we say the name of the Gangnam Mall?
Come see us.
Oh, you guys are in Gangnam.
Yes.
Okay.
Somewhere there at
Find us
1 o'clock.
there.
Find
Okay.
us. Just
We'll
look
be like,
for
where's
us.
Wally? Red and white.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. So we're looking at Seotaeji and Kim Dong-yul today, two very veteran singers.
Yes.
Who's in charge of who?
I am in charge of Kim Dong-yul 선배님.
Oh,
Yes, I'm in charge of the awesome and talented Seotaeji.
nice.
Yes.
I would have to say that for both of you, this would have been a little bit of a challenge since they're both veteran singers.
Yes.
Yes.
For
Lot
me
of-
especially, I think actually I heard of his name when I came to Korea because he's so big.
Yes.
He's like the what could say the creator of K-pop culture.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
True. They did call him the cultural president.
Yes,
So, I mean,
yes.
he did bring a lot of different trends in
So I
Korea.
heard his name, and then actually our dance teacher, Chang-Hoon-nim, yeah, he actually showed us his videos from before, really old school Seotaeji and boys videos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, except I didn't know it was him
Mm.
because he kind of looked like a girl.
But yeah,
He was in
even
an
now-
orange outfit.
yeah, but even now he's got like flawless skin. So
Yeah.
like he looked young.
yeah.
He looked young
In his
and
recent
petite
video,
back
yes.
then. But even now, like he's maintaining that youthful look.
And I want to ask him how he does that.
Yeah, I think
I
he probably
heard-
looks like 30s. I think he's like 50 years old. Is he 50?
He doesn't drink apparently.
Oh, yes, high five.
He does
I don't
not
drink
drink
either.
at all.
I don't drink
Apparently.
either.
Yeah, you can't hold your alcohol. I hear.
Yes, I don't drink. So
I guess
I'm the
you-
next set Sautegi. Hello. Hello.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Because I'm talking about myself today.
But yes, I mean, these two veterans are very different. I mean, Sautegi really did bring the fandom part of Korea, I
Yes.
feel. The start of the fandom. But Kim Dong-yu, of course, is a person who is a vocalist who's maintained the same style, but has
Yes.
still been able to reinvent himself.
A true musician.
Yes, a true
Sautegi
musician.
is a true musician too.
So let's start off with the arguments for today. We are also giving out some cool things. How did you guys do this signed water bottle? This thing is amazing.
Can I have a look?
Did you guys see this for the first time? What is this?
No, it's awesome.
It's like a water bottle, but then I don't know. We wanted one too, but they didn't give us one.
Yeah.
So for our listeners, this is like super rare. Like even the members don't have it. Oops.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
I don't have one.
They didn't
I
give
don't
it to
have one.
us. They're so mean. Like,
So we've got this Logan towel and we got this signed water bottle. So signed bottle. This has their signatures. I'm guessing that they printed this or scanned their signatures and then they
Yes.
just printed it out there. So let's start the arguments. Who wants to start first on this very Merry Christmas Eve?
very Merry Christmas. Okay, 가위바위보. Yes, go
Man,
again.
have I ever won?
No.
You
Okay.
won once last week.
Yes, once.
Did I?
Yeah.
All right. Go on. All right. So I'm doing Sautegi today. Like I said before, he's like, you know, the could say the creator of K-pop. You know, he's a singer, musician, songwriter, producer, and like he started music from a very young age, just like me. And like he started off as in a rock band,
He
in
did.
a rock band playing the bass, which is me too. I played the bass in high school.
Wow.
In high school, I started as a rocker as well in high school.
Nice.
And I played the bass,
Don't
and then
move.
actually I changed the guitar because I felt like the bass was always standing in the back.
Yes.
You wanted to stand in the front.
No, actually, because not many people can play the bass and sing at the same time. It doesn't really work that way, you know.
It is one of those instruments that obviously because it is the bass.
Yeah.
It's not.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's not an instrument that you would use a melody on.
But I think out of all the instruments I play, I think bass is probably the longest the instruments I played. Yeah.
Wow.
I played funk bass and rock bass. So back in
Cool.
high school. Yeah, and then okay, sorry, back to Sautegi. So okay.
He loves talking about himself.
Yes, because I feel like talking about myself anyway. If I it's just his name's Sautegi, my name is Prince Mac, you know.
Hey,
So yeah, he risen to become one of the most influential icons in K-pop culture, and like you say, he was known as president of Korean culture, and his music during that time, like in the 1990s, was kind of ahead of all the other artists in the K-pop scene at the time. He incorporated a lot of American music into his music. So like first he debuted in a heavy metal band called Shinawe, which is actually still around at this time, but just with new members. And like in the band he played bass as well. And then they got disbanded in 1991, and then he made his own group, Sautegi and Boys, which eventually became the most popular group.
boy group. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
You call it
Shinawe
a
was
boy
more of a
group?
heavy metal thing. Sautegi and Boys was more of a dance, hip hop, New Jack Swing kind of style.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very new to the Korean people.
Oh yes.
And then people thought they're gonna flop. They're gonna flop. But then they ended up making it so big, like I think that was probably the biggest things in the 90s. In the 90s of K-pop. And like I heard a lot about them. They were like probably bigger than what we call Big Bang EXO of today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you in the US, in the late 80s and the early 90s, we were seeing a lot of hip hop based artists. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, all those artists were coming out in the early 90s, late 80s. Seotaeji has said this many times that he was influenced by a lot of American hip hop, and so he wanted to try and incorporate that into Korean music. He's like, well, they're doing it. Why can't we? And so that's why his music ended up doing that, and it was a huge hit. But like you said, Prince of Act, there was a program at the time. It was kind of like an audition program for rookie teams. So it's like the music programs that you all go on these days, like K-Broadcasting Systems, Music Bank, all those. But it was a show that was strictly for rookies, and there would be music experts that would sit there, and they would give you your blunt, honest opinion. So even though you debuted with a company, they would sit there and be like, oh, well, you need to fix this. You need to do that. We think this is good. We think this is bad. Yeah. They actually got pretty good outtake on the beat and the melody, but they were criticized for their choreography and for their rap because they were like, "What are you doing? This is weird." But it ended up becoming a huge hit.
Although the people did criticize them for choreography, rap, their rapper was the famous YG now.
Exactly.
In the group, there was 3 people group, Seotaeji and Boys. It was, yeah, and YG was the rapper in YG. Yes, the YG we all know about.
Yes.
The YG of Big Bang, Psy, whatever. So if you fans of Big Bang, Psy, 21.
Vote for Eddie.
No, vote for Seotaeji, man.
Okay.
If it wasn't for Seotaeji, it wouldn't be there for YG.
Now, moving over to another big part of Korean history. If Seotaeji started the K-pop that we love and know now, Kim Dong-yul was a part of the ballad world that kind of brought a steady K-pop that we love and know today. So a lot of our other veteran artists that were considered musicians back then. So if Kim Dong-yul went on the same program as Seotaeji and Boys, he would have probably won. Yeah, this is your typical Korean folk ballad.
Yeah, I think in those times, ballads was more.
So let's look a little bit into Kim Dong-yul.
Okay, he came out in a like audition program, like Superstar K in the 90s, and he got first place in 1993.
So these were considered. We've talked about this on my show before. They're called 가요제s.
대학 가요제.
Yeah, so they're college talent shows. So it would be a talent show that would be televised, but there would be talent shows on like the seashores, so like the beach talent shows or college ones. And back then, this was literally like the biggest break for all musicians. They would go around to all the colleges and they would it would be like an open mic night. And everybody would come out and they would sing their hearts out. And if you won, you pretty much got a record deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when, because he got first place, he made his debut.
Exactly.
And also, he was in a group with Isak named Carnival. If you like singing, everyone knows Isak, and their songs were amazing. He was actually in another project with Iori's husband.
Yes.
In a band also, and I don't know. He made so many good songs. 아이처럼 사랑한다 말 다시 사랑한다 말할까 시중진담 욕심쟁이. Too many songs. I can't even say it all. But like recently, I think 2-3 weeks ago, I went to karaoke with my friends, and then I promise you, every single room at least sung his song 2 or 3 times. I could hear it while going to the bathroom. Like, wow, I just love his songs.
Yes.
Especially 기억의 습작. One of my favorite songs, and he's like a real musician. He doesn't come out on TV shows that much because I think he feels that he doesn't need to show his goofy, weird, fun side because he's saying, I'm good at music and I know people love my music, so I'm gonna just sing.
not intentionally, but intentionally hiding from the public because of that.
He actually disappeared a few times after.
Yeah.
Like he'd release an album, he'd get good comments on it, get some awards, and he'll just probably disappear for 2 years, and he'll come back with like a symphony orchestra. He's like, hey, this is my symphony orchestra. 2 years like that. Yeah, it's like 2 years or 4 years. I had there was a gap. Also, he had.
I think it's like a difference between like now a Pella group and like idol.
Yeah.
So I think that's the difference.
Yeah, but maybe early days Sotaji, I think he probably more an idol, but he is actually a true musician. He actually knows his music. He produces his own music. Now because I think he would call his roots probably more rocky. He'd say hip hop is not really his style, although he made his name through hip hop. He's one of the first artists to do hip hop in Korea, right?
We'll make it mainstream anyways.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, to make it mainstream, but he did make it a little bit more of a fusion. It wasn't hardcore hip hop. It was
albums
more
later. He put like fusion rock into his music as well. But now like he's doing solo. He's probably more of a rock. More rock.
I mean, with Ultramania and that album, when he had the red dreads, like he was bringing back his rockin'
like,
roots.
I'm a rocker.
Yeah, there was a little bit of corn in there, I think, as well.
I think YG is probably more of the hip hop guy.
Well, I mean, to start off with, we've seen numerous interviews with all three members separately, talking about the early days of Satejian Boys. Sateji's pretty much approached them. He's like, well, I've got these songs. I can't do it by myself. And he learned how to dance from YG, Yang Yeon-seok, before he had to leave for the military. But then he came back, and then they started the team. So that's how they ended up knowing each other. And so he pretty much brought on a team like that. YG came out a couple days ago on an interview and talking about how he made his company when he was GD's age of 27.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, everything happened really, really, really fast. We're going to talk a little bit more about Sateji and Kim Dong-yeol. Remember, Prince Mac is rooting for Sateji. Eddie is rooting for Kim Dong-yeol. Start sending in your votes. The penalty for today is we're going to put in a very sweet and delicious macaron. We've got horseradish going in there.
Again?
Come on.
Horseradish and macaron?
Yeah, it's going to be a random pick. You could get the right one. You could get the wrong one. No. Happy tasting.
It's Christmas Eve.
We're going to listen to Sateji's Take 5, followed by Kim Dong-yeol with Churbar Start. And we'll see you guys after this with more of their arguments.
Both ready?
Alright, that was beginning or start Churbar by Kim Dong-yeol. Before that was Sateji with Take 5. A little bit more of his rocker roots. We did see a lot of him rocking out as a rocker later on in his career when he went solo. Prince, you're in the lead.
Come on, save the Eddie. It's not save the Prince anymore. Save the Eddie, please.
No, like I really don't think
lost last week?
Huh?
I did. I lost last week. Just remember that, guys. It's Christmas Eve.
Oh, sorry, Eddie. I was trying to help you.
It's Christmas Eve, and I've been a good boy all year. So I don't think I should be punished.
But come on,
like seriously, I really do not think I should be punished on Christmas Eve. I've been a good boy, like really.
You've been I haven't heard that in a while. I've been a good boy
all year. All year.
I've been a good boy all year.
Have you been a good boy all year?
I've been a good boy for the past 5 years.
Oh, his lying face. His lying face. Did you catch that?
No.
His lying face.
So we're going to talk a little bit more about Kim Dong-yeol and Sateji. Now, both of these artists recently made comebacks.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so we did get a chance to see our veteran singers back in action recently because they did make some comebacks. So what are some more things that we can talk about them as artists?
Yes.
Well, as Kim Dong-yeol, when he first came back with his comeback, he was actually, he got first place in a lot of music stations and charts. And that's when A-Lee came back with the song, 손대지마, Don't Touch Me. And they were actually going at it for first place for a long time. So you have to say. But I think Sateji's comeback wasn't that. It was okay, but I don't think it was as much as Kim Dong-yeol's many years.
Hey man. Okay, alright, let's say Sateji, his song, 소격동? He collaborated with IU. It wasn't like they were singing together. It was the same song. Same song, same producing, It was originally Sateji's song, but IU released it first. And that song was produced by Sateji, and it did get first place on music shows, different charts and that. And then
it's IU.
Yes, and then after that, Sateji released it himself. Even the MV was the same. MV, everything was the same, except it was just they switched from a girl singing to a guy singing. And stuff like that,
When we first reported that it was going to be a collaboration, because he's never collaborated with another artist before,
Yes.
it was a really big news. But then to do a collaboration like that, it just literally blew everybody out of the water, because everybody thought that collaboration they're going to be singing together,
Yeah.
but he literally just gave her a different version of the song.
Yeah.
And even 2 different music videos. So.
and he let her release it first
Exactly.
when he was the original person.
Yeah, exactly.
So like it was kind of like the cover was released before the original song. But okay,
I
his
think
song.
he was trying to market it, but
Yeah.
I think he should have done the other way around. In my opinion.
Oh, I don't know. It just doesn't matter. He's still Soteji. After all, you know.
Well,
Okay, he didn't do that well during the time when he released it, but IU did do really well. She got first place. When he released it, he was competing with other groups, like Beast, Acton Musician, who was on in the high time, and a lot of other big artists were also doing their comebacks at the time. And Soteji, I think he doesn't really care that much about that. Throughout his career, he's won countless awards, countless charts, and he's just like, I will let the young people.
well,
had
same
their
with
time
Kim.
share.
I think both of them. They're just like, I just want to release this song because they like singing, they like making music. It's like, hey, if you give us first place, okay, thank you. But if not, we just hope you like our music.
Yeah. But if you just talk about just recent song, yeah, okay, I'll give that one to
Kim Dong-il.
Yeah, but like throughout his career, he sets many records,
Of
many
course.
records of selling of albums, and he's been a very mysterious person. He would just disappear and then come back. He'll disappear for 2 years, 4 years. He'll come back, release an album, and he'll like top the charts, sell like 1 million records, and
disappear.
yeah, he did. So he's had like record selling number of albums. Even in the 2004, it was like the illegal music downloading era.
Yeah, it was.
know?
It's
Yeah.
when
And he still topped
illegal
it.
downloads.
Yeah,
were
he still
getting
topped
really
everything, and like it really showed his popularity, especially in Korea.
Oh yeah. Also, this sixth album from Kim Dong-il. They're making a limited LP.
Popular. Oh yes.
Do you know what LP is?
Like limited.
Vinyl?
You know
Number.
that big CD,
Record.
the record.
Yeah, vinyls. Oh, vinyls.
Yeah. LP. I call it LP, but yeah, he's making a limited version of his sixth album, and I really want to buy that.
Yeah, even his recent, second most recent, 2013 album is like he had only 15,000 copies. Normally he'd sell like millions, but he only had 15,000 copies, so it was also limited. And he kept. They all had like their own serial numbers on it. He kept his number 1 for himself, and the number 2 went to YG. Number 3 went to what's the other member's name? Soteji and Boys.
이준호.
유준호?
선배님, yes.
네, 죄송합니다.
But that's
Yeah, and, like,
pretty touching though.
Yeah, he
CD.
kept. They were all limited editions, 15,000, and like a lot of them were only for sale to the fans that been with him all along.
Yeah, the hardcore fans.
Yeah, hardcore.
I think that
I think one day I'll do that too.
very different styles of veteran singers. I mean, I think Kim Dong-il has been able to keep what Korea originally based their music on.
Yes.
So he's kind of like the country of ballads, I would have to say. It's kind of
yeah.
like, like American music-wise, he's like the country. But we have our own country music in Korea, which is like trot, which is the folk
Trot.
genre. But I'd have to say that Kim Dong-il represents a old and a young. Of him still being able to continue on with the music that he loves, that brought us in the 90s, still bringing us some new stuff in this era. Whereas Soteji, he started a new trend and he's constantly reinventing himself. Honestly, same thing with Kim Dong-il though, but with Soteji too, you listen to a Soteji song from years ago, like, their Soteji Boy tracks, they still sound like songs that they could be released today.
Yeah.
So
Soteji is like I said, like the creator of K-pop. What we have K-pop today was probably heavily influenced
yes.
by what Soteji
Very,
was back
very,
in the
very.
days.
True.
It was like an era we could call it the BC and so it should be called BS. Before Soteji and the AS after Soteji era.
yeah,
So now we're living in the AS. We're living in the AS now.
Well, even when H.O.T. first made their debut, Moon Jun was making his, how they make you guys do your special hidden talents like Kengi. Looney Tune and a lot of other male artists at the time were doing impersonations of Seo with like "Come Back Home."
Yeah.
Yes,
Come Back Home.
So that's how much of an icon he became. So
Come Back Home. That song was very influential to a lot of young people at the time. Like
of
all the
course.
kids that a lot of the kids that ran away from home. I was actually reading this on the news that they came back home because of that song.
Well, he did represent a lot of what was going on in Korea at the time, and I think that's why H.O.T. and even Jack's Kiss, their songs at the time were dealing with high school runaways, problems at home, the pressure of schools, pressure between adults and children. It talked a lot about, it was, I think, a really big turning point overall. And yes, he was behind that movement in many different ways. Fandom list we were talking about a little bit earlier, like hardcore waiting outside in front of the dorms, the fans that you guys have today, giving gifts, waiting for you guys in front of Arirang in many places. That fandom started around that time as well.
Soteji.
Exactly.
Thank you for my gifts.
We're gonna give you guys some closing arguments before we jump into our last song break, before I find out who takes the win for today. So what are some closing arguments that we can look at for today? Vote for Eddie.
That's what he says all the time.
Of course, I am a fan of Seo 선배님 as well. But in music-wise, as a musician, I think Kim Dong-yeol 선배 is much more better because he doesn't change his style too much, and he has like a very unique color.
But what you're doing now is because of Soteji. Our fans, our gifts,
music-wise,
our culture now in Korea, this idol culture that we're living right now is all heavily influenced by Soteji.
Well, since I am in an idol group and I am the lead singer, like it's very hard for me to choose between the two.
Yes.
They're like both my role models. So I had to choose Kim Dong-yeol 선배님, but I don't know who to choose. I think they should both get first place in this argument.
True.
That's what I think.
Well, then you can choose me.
No. No. What are you talking about? No. How about we tie the vote and give the macaron to
me?
No. I think that'll be alright. No,
I think that's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. But I don't think you'll be seeing us next year then.
No, our staff might like that actually. I don't think I have a say in this one today.
But do you have anything else to say about?
I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Hope everyone has a safe Christmas.
And hope they vote for Eddie.
And make the right choice of voting for Prince Mac. Because, like, seriously, I have been a good boy this year.
Aww.
Better than every other year. I'll try and be a better boy next year as well. So
he's been a bad boy.
So I think... no, let me finish my words. How much time we have left?
I'll give you like 30 more seconds.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Oh, if you sing, you're gonna lose.
Okay, bye.
We've got Soteji with Sogyokdong and Kim Dong-yeol with Kugenaya. This is me. We'll find out who takes the win and who's eating the doomed macaroons after this.
Oh, no.
All right, we're kind of short on time for today, so drum roll, please. Who's the winner for today? Prince, you won!
Oh, yes! Buddy!
Okay, who? What?
Okay.
Choose.
I'll take this one.
Okay.
I'll choose this one.
And they're gonna eat it at the same time and find out who's got the penalty.
Oh my god. 1, 2,
3. Oh my goodness, I feel so bad for him. He's the one that won too. Soteji won today, so we got Chris Halloween. We have a special next week, so we're not going to see these guys, but we'll see them next year, the week after. So see you guys then. Bye, guys.
Merry Christmas, guys. Love you.
And
Love
a
you.
Happy New Year.
Oh,
so happy.